Hi everyone, welcome to ArtStream. Today we are going to be painting our famous triple scoop ice cream. To create this painting, I'll be using 3 paintbrushes, 1 canvas, all of colours. We have red, yellow, blue as our primary, white and black, and I'll also be using a rag and a cup of water to wash my brushes in. Firstly, we'll be creating the shape of the ice cream cone and the ice cream and then filling in the background. Let's get started. So starting with my smallest paintbrush, I'm going to be creating the outline of the cone. I'm going to do this by using red and white mixed together to create a light pink. Once I'm happy with my color, I'm going to create a triangle shaped cone and then I'll add the ice cream stacks on top. So let's start with the cone. So we have a triangle shape there, a rough triangle, and we can always neaten this back up later. Our next part, we'll do the first blob of ice cream. We're going to start by doing a semicircle up the top and drawing a few drip lines down the bottom and connecting that semicircle. Let's do the next one. Again, a semicircle, some drip lines, and connect that semicircle back up again. Each time, my blob gets smaller. Perfect, now I have my 3 ice cream scoops. Let's fill in the background with a pink color. Using my largest brush, I'm going to mix more of the red and the white together. Let's add a little bit of water so we can use the washing technique. Now I'm going to do long strokes up and down to fill in the background. Don't forget to do the sides of your canvas. So now that I've done the background, I'm going to mix my brown to make the cone. To do this, I'm going to use my medium-sized brush and mix together the 3 primary colors. A little bit of blue, mostly yellow, and a little bit of red. We're going to mix that up really well until we're happy with the brown color. Now, to lighten it up, I'm going to add some white. Now, let's fill the ice cream cone in. I'm going to load up my paintbrush with paint, so there's plenty on there. This will create a hard edge around the outside of the cone. I'm also going to fill in just under where the dribbles are. Now let's create some shadowing with a darker brown and neaten up those edges. We're going to create a little bit of shading by mixing the colours together. When I'm happy with how my colours are mixed, I'm going to clean off my brush and move on to the next section. For this next section, I'm going to create that mint green colour. To create green, we need to use blue and yellow. Mix those together and then lighten it up with your white. Once you're happy with your green, use either your medium brush or your small brush to fill in the ice cream. We're going to trace right along the edges and move down into the drip lines. Once I'm happy with my green, I'm going to add a little bit more white to lighten the colour up and create some dimension. As you can see, I've only added a little bit of white around the top and the side just to create a space where light would be shining on the ice cream and melting it. I'm going to clean my brush now and move on to my next colour, which is this purple colour. To make purple, we need to use our blue and our red. We're going to use equal parts and mix them together until we're happy with our purple. Now, to lighten it up, I'm going to add some white. Now that I have the purple that I want, I'm going to add it on just like I did with the mint green. Once I've filled in all the colour, I'm going to use a little bit of darker purple to create some shadowing. I'm going to add it under my drips and around this side, the opposite side of where the white was. Great, my purple's done. Next, we're going to create this yummy vanilla flavour. To make that, all we need is mostly white and a little bit of yellow, and mix that up. Make sure you have lots of paint on your paintbrush. Let's fill it in. This time, I'm not going to fill the whole thing in because I want a little bit of drippy chocolate up the top. So I'm going to leave that to fill it in with a dark brown. Just like before, with the cone, we're going to use the 3 primary colours to mix up the chocolate. That's a little bit of red, a little bit of yellow, and a tiny bit of blue. Keep mixing until you're happy with the chocolate colour that you have. Let's make it a little bit darker. All you need to do is add a tiny amount of black. Let's paint that on now. Still using my medium-sized brush. You might want to use your small one. And now I have my yummy chocolate on top of the ice cream. Now the next part of the picture that we're going to do is the cross lines for the ice cream cone, the white highlights, and each bit of ice cream, the cherry, the sprinkles, and the chocolate chips. So these are all the finer details that really make your ice cream come alive. Let's start off with the cone. Let's use our smallest brush for this. So we're going to use a light brown. All you need to do is add a little bit more white to the brown that you had before for the chocolate or the cone. That's it, let's draw some lines. So you want to draw diagonal lines that cross over each other. Now let's add the choc chips in the mint ice cream. For this part, you can use the end of your brush. All you need to do is dip that into the dark brown chocolatey color that you made earlier and dab it on the ice cream. Let's move on to the cherry and the sprinkles. So for the cherry, we just need to use a red. Just pure red. Let's draw a circle and then a little stem coming out, just like this. Now for the sprinkles, use your smallest brush, dip it in the red paint, and then just dab on the chocolate and the vanilla flavors. And you've got sprinkles. Now for the very last step, we're just going to use white to do all the highlights to make our ice cream look nice and shiny and melty. So all you need, of course, is your smallest brush and white paint. Dip it straight into the white paint, and we're going to draw small lines around the outside of the ice cream. Take a step back, have a look at your painting, see if there's anything that you need to fix up. If you want more highlights, if you think it needs a little bit more shading, you can always add a little bit at the end. I'm going to fix up these white highlights. Okay, all done. This is what I've created. Thank you so much for painting with Artstream. Make sure to tag us in your Facebook and Instagram photos. We want to see what flavors you created for your triple scoop ice cream. We'll see you next time.